Listen, if you're looking for a digital detox, a way to get away, to see something new, escape the corporate world, the rat race, just experience life on a different perspective, now is the perfect time. Let me explain to you. A lot of times in life, we're trying to procrastinate, we're trying to think the perfect time. When should I do this? How should this happen? We're too busy thinking and not enough acting. I'm here to tell you most of my travels in the 17 countries I've been to have been all by myself. And every time I may have not been where I wanted to be financially, but I was where I needed to be financially. And every time, despite if I liked the country, loved the country, felt indifferent, or somewhere in between, it was 110% worth it. Every time. Even countries like South Korea, I told myself I'll never go back to South Korea. But I'm glad I spent the 3-4 months there because it was beautiful. It's good to see a different culture, different eye-opening experience. I'm here to tell you, you may need to put away your cell phone for a little while. You may need to put down the video games, the TV, the YouTube, all that type of stuff. Yeah, you're watching me on YouTube, but social media sometimes can be a distraction. You should go for a digital detox. You could do it domestically where you're at right now watching me, right? But I personally believe just to see a different perspective, to really gain insight, it's best to do it internationally. So me personally, I would say there's no time like this time. This is the perfect time to go on that digital detox you've been thinking of for the last 6 months, for the last 2 years, etc. You may be thinking, where do I go? Where do I start? Well, I would say a lot of it depends on your budget, but me personally, I would probably start in certain Asian countries. Let me explain why. Because a lot of times when you go to other places, you might go to Spain, you might go to Italy, yeah, that's cool. But it's so similar to the States, it's so similar to Canada, it's so similar to Australia, that the difference may not impact as much. And then also, most safe countries in the world are in Asia. So if you look at like Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, among some of the safest countries in the world, Japan, obviously, South Korea, among some of the safest countries in the world. So you don't got to worry about always needing your cell phone to be able to call in emergencies and all that. I'm not saying not to bring it with you, obviously, but turn it off for a while. Go touch nature, go touch grass, see how the locals are living. Look at the older generation who don't need cell phones and simulation all the time, who don't need to watch the latest TikTok trend. I don't even remember the last time I opened TikTok, to be honest with you. And if it wasn't for me doing this, I probably wouldn't be using my cell phone as much, my camera, my looking at Instagram, all this type of stuff. It's because I'm in this lane that I look at it more than normal, like more than I used to do it. But if it wasn't for this, like I said, I'd put it away. I'd easily go on a detox. One of my friends just told me about something called a silent retreat, I believe is what he called it. So you literally go to this place, I think he went for a week, and not only are you away from your digital devices, but you don't talk the whole time. Now, that's another level, and that may not be for beginners. You may want to start somewhere light, maybe do it half a day, one day or something, or just go on vacation, but bring your cell phone, but just don't use it unless it's emergency. But this guy went on a retreat, didn't talk, none of that for 7 days. I'm like, man, that's strong. That's willpower right there. But he said he felt so much better afterwards, right? There's so much dopamine, so much instant hits. Like when we open our social media, like you might open Instagram, TikTok, you may see someone who you're physically attracted to, or someone who's living a certain type of lifestyle, or you see money get thrown in your face, or all these people like, buy my course, it will make you $1 million in 2 months, all this extra stuff. And it's like distorting our brain from reality. And a lot of people complain about America. No country is perfect, 100%. I do see it heightened in America opposed to other countries I've been to, but because the internet is everywhere, social media is everywhere, and people have cell phones even in the poorest countries, that now you're starting to see it everywhere. So all these countries I go to, you'll see the influence. Granted, there are certain countries, going back to the Asia situation, where it's not as prevalent. For example, I just left Vietnam. I was there for I think 2 months roughly. Over there, even though social media is a thing, you'll still see them obeying the local customs and culture. So, for example, you'll see on their social media page, it's common for them to only have 150, 200, 175 followers, maybe following 300 people at most. They're not trying to get thousands and thousands of followers. Like on my personal page, I think it's like 1,000 people that follow me, right? On my other page, it's like 200 some people follow me. But me being in this lane, of course, I'm trying to get my numbers up. But over there, they'll have like almost no followers or a couple followers, and then they'll make their pages private. And then a lot of the girls on there, you'll see like they're kind of like hide their faces when they're doing posts and stuff like that. Same in South Korea, right? And they actually go with the local customs and cultures. You know, they're not trying to be all, you know, showing a lot of skin, doing the whole modern thing, you know, trying to relate, trying to get their followers crazy up. They don't care. They got their page on private a lot of the times, right? And they're not on their cell phones 24/7 when you're walking down the street, right? Some people, they're looking down at the cell phone in America so much, you're like, yo, what's going on? You almost got hit by a car when you're crossing the street. You got to pay attention. The digital detox is real. A lot of us need it. And when you go to sleep at night and you put your cell phone next to you, imagine what that's doing to your body. I just seen something about Cristiano Ronaldo, the famous soccer player. He talks about how he will leave his cell phone in a whole nother room when he's sleeping at night. So I'm like, if he can do this as a multimillionaire, potentially a billionaire, why can't you, right? This man's super busy, running multiple businesses, an empire, the face of many brands, famous soccer player. And he's like, yo, when I go to sleep at night, put that cell phone far, far away from me, right? And I would encourage a lot of people to do that. Go for a digital detox, man. It's definitely worth it. You're going to see the difference. Sometimes I turn my cell phone off for hours at a time or a day or two. The only reason why I have it on is because, like, let's say I need to wake up early. I use like an alarm clock or something like that, or I may want to check on my family, see what they're doing, that type of stuff. But I definitely think it's needed. But what do y'all think?